Guten Morgen, Bitcoin. Today is Thursday, September 28th, 2017. My name is Thomas Hunt, and here's what's happening today in Bitcoin. The price of Bitcoin is up 6.71% in the last 24 hours, with a last of 41.65, a high of 42.44, and a low of 39.36. Morgan Stanley CEO, Bitcoin is more than just a fad. He's right. And he's presenting a diametrically opposed opinion to Jamie Dimon of Chase Manhattan Bank. At least this is one banker who can see what's going on in front of his own eyes. As you know, Bitcoin has died more than 169 times. And now that we're over 4,100, it's time to remember those who said that Bitcoin was a bubble, an absolute bubble, Bitcoin to zero. And of course, the Wall Street Journal. Bitcoin's wild ride shows the truth. It's probably worth zero. And this was back when Bitcoin was in the low 3,500s. Nice prediction, guys. Wolf of Wall Street calls Bitcoin a fraud. This coming from the guy who pumped penny stocks? Let's not forget that the Wolf of Wall Street is still living a luxury lifestyle while owing his victims millions. He keeps claiming that he'll pay them back, but he keeps not paying them back. As someone asked in the theater, in 2014, you promised you would pay back all of your victims that year. It's 3 years later and you still owe your victims 100 million. When are you, Jordan Belfort, Wolf of Wall Street, going to pay your victims back? Smell my feet. Also a good quote, work until you no longer have to introduce yourself. Of course, that's Leonardo DiCaprio. The curious case of Bitcoin's Moby Dick spam and the miners that confirmed it. As you remember, there was a lot of transactions on the Bitcoin blockchain a few months ago. Then suddenly, after the New York agreement, the spam stopped. It looks like 3 to 4 waves of spam using fan-out transactions, i.e. they sent the money to themselves and then later they sent the money back, seemed to come from the mining pools. The pools seem to be one hash, Ant Pool, BitClub, BTC.com, How BTC, Kano CK Pool, and Via BTC. Very interesting story from the researchers Laurent MT and Le Calvez. They also presented this presentation at the Breaking Bitcoin conference in Paris. Forecaster Gerald Celente, banks are afraid of Bitcoin. He's right, and they better be. As he says, they're worried that cryptocurrencies will try to take away their business, and now they're going to try to kill it. And you know how well that's going to work. Not well at all. Now, for a check on the current markets, we're joined by Vays. How's it going, Tone?
Hey guys, it's good. I'm finally relaxing here in Italy. Milan is awesome. Been walking around town. It's great. Probably stay here through the weekend and then off to Prague. Yeah, no, those are actually interesting stories. The Jordan Belfort. People should watch that movie. You really have to watch Wolf of Wall Street. And there was that awesome scene in there when he's eating with his CEO before he went off on his own, when he first got his Wall Street job, where he thinks that he's a broker for a bunch of people buying stocks, and he thinks that his job is to put those people into profitable stocks. And his boss explains to him that his job has nothing to do with that. His job is to get people addicted to holding and trading while he keeps all of the commissions. Okay, so it's a really, really good movie. You should go check it out. But yeah, they ain't get their money back. No different than Big Vern of Cripsy giving you your money back. All right, let's get back to the scaling thing. So I'm not surprised at all that every one of those mining pools has an affiliation with Bitmain, and every one of those pools, obviously, every miner they have is theirs. I even said this on prior shows, where my biggest problem with BitClub is that if Ant Pool tells them to jump, they will say how high, because if Jihan Wu doesn't deliver the miners to them, they become a Ponzi scheme overnight. And this is the big problem with Big Club. One day I'll do a crypto scam episode on it unless they collapse ahead of time. So anyway, again, mempool bone dry. You can see it right there. And people have a problem with me saying this lately, but the mempool, and I'm going to keep saying it, because you need to understand that if the price goes back down to 1,300, you need to understand why. People were very kind of clueless when the price went from 1,000 to $150. Now, I'm not saying I saw that coming. I'm not saying I profited from it. What I'm saying is I understood why it happened, whether during, after, it doesn't matter. Like before the Willy bot came out, it made sense that Bitcoin price was overvalued. Why was it overvalued? Oh, well, the high price drove the hype, drove the high price, drove the hype, but there was nothing there. If the spam contributed to helping to drive the price up, then there is a missing layer, and that layer could, come due. So anyway, so I'm not, I would like to see more transactions on the mempool to actually, follow through on the fact that Bitcoin is actually being used and all that stuff. All right, let's move on. Let's glance at the blocks. Antpool just mined a block larger than 1 megabyte. That's good. Hey, that's good. I mean, what am I going to say, right? Excellent. Profitability. Whoa, that just dropped like a stone. Oh, buy blocks. Here comes the unknown miner. Here we go. 1 block per hour. Here we come. Here we come. I didn't even know. I just refreshed this page. 73% more profitable to mine the original chain. Ooh, that can get ugly, guys. Well, your inflation rate's about to stop completely. No stability there. Oh, you don't need that. Now let's talk about the price. Hey, Thomas, when you started the show, I think you had the wrong price up. You had like 1,600. Sorry, 4,160. And we're already up.
It's an average price, yeah.
Average price over what, 24 hours?
Average price over 4 or 5 exchanges.
Over what time period?
Oh, the 24 hours was the last 24 hours for the percentage, and then the rest are they're active, but I mean some of the exchanges.
Okay, so anyway, here's the weekly chart. We're going to get back to the charts. I did a long show last night. I mean, I was here at the office doing the show till like 1 a.m., all right? And now I'm the first guy in, which is ironic. It's like I am back on Wall Street. Speaking of Wall Street, last guy out, first guy in. Awesome. So here's the weekly chart, right? And the weekly chart is still neutral. It is still neutral. The weekly chart is not telling you to buy. It is also not telling you to sell. The weekly chart has been on a cash, no trade position as of 4,000. 3 weeks ago, when the price of Bitcoin fell below 4,000. Jesus, I'm hitting the wrong button. Below 4,000, Bitcoin on a long-term weekly chart became a cash position, no trade. According to my weekly technical analysis, I don't care about other people's technical analysis, right? The only people that can criticize me as far as my technical analysis are other technical analysts. Come and show me why you think from a technical perspective I'm wrong, and I will gladly listen. And if I'm wrong, I'm going to say, holy shit, I'm wrong. But if some guy comes to me with fundamental analysis and starts telling me something, I'm going to go, that's irrelevant. You're in a different field. You're on a different expertise. But anyway, so the weekly candles have been on a cash position, no trade since we fell below 4,000. We would need to get back to near the all-time highs in order for the long-term view to once again become bullish. The daily chart has a slightly different picture. The daily chart went bullish as of yesterday. The moment we crossed 4,100, the daily chart became bullish. Now, I seem to be dealing with a lot of bullshit online at the moment where people are making fun of me for missing a $300 move. I didn't miss it. I've been stating for a week now that between 3,500 and 4,100, the daily chart is not showing me a trade, okay? You saying that I missed the move to 4,100 is usually the same person that's saying that I told him to go short at 3,500 looking for 1,800. I have told you neither. I said that if we go below 3,500, then you short. If we go above 4,100, then it's going to keep going up. High probability trades. It's not about missing a $300 move. It's about making sure that the $100 move you make is you have almost no chance of losing money on it. Okay, it's not about how much you make; it's about how much you save. So we went bullish the moment we crossed 4,100. Now, how do you enter this trade? Well, this is where you become a trader and you learn how to enter and exit trades profitably. Okay, I've known traders in my life that couldn't pick a direction to save their life. They were wrong 60, 70% of the time on direction. But once they entered a trade, they knew how to enter and they knew how to exit, and they were very profitable traders. Okay. I also know people that managed to get the direction right 60% of the time, and their account drains to zero because they don't understand position size or risk analysis. All right. So anyway, the daily chart went bullish as of above 4,100. I'm looking for it to go up. I'm looking for it to test 4,100, and then I'm looking for a breakout. Do I expect to break 5,000 in the month of October? Yes, I do. Drilling in the 4-hour chart, same thing, looks exactly like the daily chart. Let's see if we can get, another day or so. We got 2 more 4-hour cycles. Maybe we'll get a 9 right here in about 8 hours from now. In about 8.5 hours, maybe we'll get a 9. It'll call for a 1 to 4 candle pullback back to 4,100, and then off we go back to the top is what I'm looking for. And if you really wanted to jump in earlier and you didn't wait, you wanted to blow your load early, hey, you could have been very profitable. The hourly chart gave you multiple traditional trading entries, from flag pennants to ascending triangles to flag pennants. And let's see if the hourly chart is telling us anything. Well, right around the time I was leaving the office last night, I guess, there was a 9 sell calling for a 1 to 4 hour correction. You got a 2-hour correction if you count the 9 candle, a little bit more. And now we're going back to the upside. So are we making one more bullish pennant? Maybe. Let's see. I guess maybe a little premature, maybe. But yeah, you got a little bit of upside, maybe another pop of about $200 on a Bitcoin, go to 4,300, maybe 4,350, and then pull back to 41 and then start it all over again. That's really what I'm looking for. And as for scheduling, the Milan meetup is tonight. I'll be there. After that, we're off to Prague. A few of you have already emailed me about my 3-hour trading conference room rental. So please, I will be getting back to your emails. I saw them come through last night. I was too tired, but I will be answering them today. And from there, it's off to LA, where there'll be another full-day trading seminar. So catch me there. And let me flip on my camera. I want to do a shout out to Blockchain Lab. You see the poster behind me. I'm using their office pretty, heavily. Thank you very much, and thank you for introducing me to the Scamcoin bot. Awesome Twitter handle, love it.
All right, thanks, Tone, for that update. Just a quick update on the chart I'm using the Winkdex, which
can you
combines.
Refresh that? Can you refresh that? Can you refresh it? Can you hit the refresh
I'm
button?
going to explain why. I can refresh it, it'll be the same. But if I could explain why, the Winkdex uses many exchanges such as Bitfinex, Bitstamp, Gemini, and itBit, and for some reason Gemini is at 3720. I don't know if their API is offline or if they've had some kind of issue, but if we take Gemini out of the equation and then
let me get this straight here. It's early, but my brain is trying to compute. You're going to remove the Winklevoss exchange from the Winklevoss price index in order to get the right price of Bitcoin.
I tried to, but it didn't change it. So, but yeah, Gemini exchange.
No, but you do see the irony. You do see the irony, right? The Winklevoss exchange price is screwing up the Winklevoss index.
Yeah, I do see that.
Right, and these are the guys that wanna, control. These are the guys that think they're responsible enough to maintain the ETF on the real stock market.
Yeah, it doesn't look like removing it changed anything either. So I don't know. This is the average price of Bitcoin.
Right, guys, I keep saying it. The ETF isn't coming. There's no one in crypto that knows what the hell they're doing. Okay, like this is why Wall Street is laughing at you. This is why you don't see the S&P 500 getting stuck because the Apple price isn't coming in. Come on, seriously.
All right. And just like to thank everybody for watching. Ask everybody to give us a thumbs up and a share. If it's your first time here, please subscribe down below. We do these updates every day. And I'd just like to ask everybody if you have some extra change and you want to donate it to my trip in Berlin. I've been sharing lots of pictures on Twitter of museums and interesting Europe things. If you like that, please support my tour. And finally, we want to say a goodbye to Hugh Hefner, passed away at 91. Playboy Magazine, Playboy Enterprises. Love him or hate him, he was an interesting character, and he made the world more interesting by what he did. And that's about it for today in Bitcoin. And we'll be back tomorrow. Bye-bye.